number E88027 with DOR number 1. Date is 12/8/88 and the time is 3:34. We're now 4 minutes into the session here. We're going to check with Dabney and see how she's doing. And how are you doing, Dabney?
This feels good.
Okay, and I'm going to turn the lights out for you now and let you get a little bit more relaxed. Okay?
Okay.
Does that feel comfortable to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
That's better.
Okay. Do you remember all the steps and the procedures of Focus 10, the energy conversion box, the affirmation, resonant energy balloon, and all those things?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you like to do those on your own?
I think I can do that. Why don't, after you give me a minute to do it, if you'll count me also, I think it might be a double positive.
All right. Before we do that, I'd like you to spend just a little, then I'll ask you how you're doing in that process before we proceed. So just go ahead and continue, relax for a moment.
Okay. I'm already seeing eyes and faces watching me, which I usually see.
All right. How are you doing now, Dabney?
Good.
You sound a little bit more relaxed. Would you like me to count for you now to Focus 10?
Okay.
Are you feeling pretty good now?
Great.
All right, you can move easily and calmly and surely. Easily to Focus 10. The familiar state of Focus 10. Where your mind remains wide awake and alert, and your body is deeply relaxed and asleep. Move now in the way that you know so well. Move towards Focus 10 as I guide you. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 10. 10. Focus 10. Relax and feel calm and comfortable in focus 10. And now approaching 50, and we've just moved by counting into focus 10. How are you feeling, Dabney?
Feels good.
Describe your feelings to me.
I feel like I'm floating. I feel a little bit detached.
Okay. I'd like you to take just a couple more minutes to relax and then I'll be back to speak with you. So just take a few minutes to relax into these sounds and tune into this experience, and then I'll be back to speak with you. Tell me what you're experiencing now, Dabney.
It seems like I can see it's not a light, but it's an area of light above me. And in the light, I was just watching grow a shadow that is moving above me.
Very good. And how are you feeling now, Dabney?
I'm feeling good.
I'm going to change your frequencies just a little bit, and I'd like you to follow that change and move into an area that's comfortable for you. Move into a familiar zone of consciousness that you have been to before. Follow these sounds as I add them to what you're now experiencing, and then describe this place to me. It's now been 24 minutes into your session, Dabney, and I'm going to ask you how things are going and what you're perceiving. And describe your situation to me now, Dabney.
I feel like I'm looking, like I'm at the entrance, and I'm looking through a long spiral of light, and I can see the definition of the light and circling to create the spiral. I can't see to the end of it.
Does this have color?
It's just a sensation of white light against a black background.
Did I understand you to say it has motion?
Mm-hmm. I can see the spiral moving. I can't tell if it's because it's moving or because I'm moving.
All right. And how does this make you feel?
I've had this sensation before, so it's comfortable. It doesn't feel unusual or anything new.
All right. If you remember our discussion from before, perhaps now would be a time to ask for guidance as to what's next.
Okay.
And what is it that you found out?
I'm not sure. My feeling was I should move toward the light. And in the past, the only light I've seen has been at the end of the spiral, but this time I saw like 2 or 3 stars through the spiral, which was interesting. And so I tried to just focus on the question to see if that was the answer. I wasn't absolutely sure that was the answer. So I asked if my father and my guides were here, if they could help direct me, what would be the best thing I could do at this time. And I was just watching. It's almost like a beckoning, a shadow that looks like it's beckoning.
Right, I can wait while you focus on this.
I feel like I'm sinking, like I'm getting heavier.
Right, I'm here. As you do this, continue to describe it to me. Now approaching 34 minutes into the session. How are you doing now?
I feel the same. Like I'm suspended about a half a body below, but not all the way out of my body. I feel like my hands are about halfway through my body.
I'd like you to focus on that point in consciousness where you were able to see the... Can you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe them to me again, please?
I'm looking through a spiral, and through the rings of it, you can see about now there are more stars. Now I can see stars through the whole area of the spiral.
That's...
I don't see the spirals clearly.
Tell me more about the stars.
I can see 2 or 3 spirals, except they're not spirals. What are they? They're closer to me than the stars. They're like little pinwheels of light turning. It's like they're little, I think they're energy. I haven't seen them before.
Put out the thought that you recognize that they're there.
They've moved back a little bit.
Are they all exactly the same, or do they have dissimilarities?
One's bigger, and there's a smaller one, and there's just a piece of one I keep seeing. And they move closer to each other, and they move away, and they're moving closer to me and then away. I asked them to focus themselves after I told them that I was here and I was aware of them. They actually seem to have gotten less strong rather than stronger. They dissipate and then they become more clear. They basically are staying in the same areas.
And behind them, what do you see?
I can still see the stars behind them. But when they get close to me, they're strong, it's hard to see through them.
Ask the question, why are they there?
They're here to help me.
And how are they going to do this?
I don't know, but they just changed how they look.
Tell me about it.
Well, now instead of looking like pinwheels, the light's radiating in an arc for each of them. It's interesting. It's like they became a lot more focused when I asked them that, and they changed their appearance, or my perception of their appearance.
Ask them what you can do to help in this process.
Become more focused.
Are you willing to do this?
Yes.
Does does becoming more focused have anything coming to know your total self better?
Let me ask. Yes, and now they're all merging to become one big, it's not a spiral, it looks different again. Trying to figure out, it's a different dimension, I'm trying to describe it.
Become one with this dimension, and then you will be able to describe yourself.
It's like a fountain, but with another dimension. It's a difference in depth.
Describe for me a position or perspective of observation as you are telling me about this.
And I'm watching these energies, whatever they are, and they're right in front of me.
And as they became the fountain, what was your position of observation then?
I didn't move closer to it, or else they moved closer to me. I was closer when I tried to become one with it. I felt like that either I went toward it and I was there, or was very close to it. Now it just looks like a spiral again.
A singular spiral?
Mm-hmm. The spiral always looks like it's, I always feel like it's beckoning me to come on through, to follow it.
And how do you feel about that?
Well, I feel like I am inside of it. I'm just moving through it, but it's a long path. I feel good about following it. I always feel like I'm further along.
Try using your popping method.
Yeah, I could move faster that way.
I will wait.
Where to target to go, because I don't know where this is going. I just keep moving along in segments, but I'm still in the spiral, because I can't target the...
Ask where it is you are going.
I'm going toward the light.
Describe this area of light to me.
It's vague right now. You can see at the end of the spiral, but there are turns in the spiral, so I'm just getting a view of the light. I'm not looking at it directly yet.
With the spiral to your back, describe the area of light to me.
I'm having trouble getting that perspective.
Turn around and describe the area of the spiral through which you've already passed.
Okay. It looks darker. And I can see the definition of the spiral, but it's not as defined. It's stronger as it goes toward the light. Comparison.
This spiral may be a mind construct of your own so that you can know how to get back to the consciousness. Turn sideways now in the spiral and stretch your arms, one arm extending towards the light and one arm extending back towards your earthly consciousness. Which hand is it now that you've chosen to extend to the light?
Right hand.
Look now over your right shoulder, over your right arm, and down across your right hand, and describe the area of light to me.
I got sidetracked because I was watching me. Okay. It's still just a general brightness in the direction I'm going. I can't see the exact source of the light yet.